to Meryl. How are you doing? So, welcome to the first episode of Let's Talk About It. I hope you're good. I hope you're set for this. This is the first episode of Let's Talk About It. If you do not know what Let's Talk About is about, just about me talking about my life, my opinions, girl talk, my experiences, my lessons. It's just me airing out issues I think need to be talked about, or just sharing my life with you. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about on this first episode, I will be talking about trust issues because it's something I have struggled with like almost all my life. I say almost all my life because I developed trust issues at a really young age. Okay, I am a teenage mother. I got pregnant at a very young age. If you guys have seen my daughter, we are almost the same age. Almost, yeah. Like almost the same age. So it's something I have generally struggled with. So let's talk about it. I I remember even when we were in campus. Let's begin by me just sharing some small story about me. I remember even when I was in campus, it was really hard for me to interact with people and make even normal relationships like normal relationships za kusaidiana notes. Like sometimes I would think sikuwa class na atanisaidiana notes. I had only one friend kama huyo ana notes, kama yeye pia yeye kwa class ana notes, it will be really hard for me kutafuta mtu mwingine wa kumwambia eti study ana notes and it's a full class. Like I think I had really serious trust issues, like serious, even making away from the intimate relationships, even making normal relationships, like is it the kawaida relationships, it was really hard for me. So it's something I've really struggled with. So that takes me to another story of there was a time I was dating this guy. Yeah, I was still in campus that time. So this guy was working. Angetoka asubuhi arudi jioni. So that time I used to live with my brother, and he used to live nearby. It wasn't really far. It was nearby, like a few plots away. So every time I got an opportunity, I would go to his house and literally smell his clothes. Especially when he was back from work, I would like look for evidence, go through every cloth moja moja, nikitafuta kama nitapata ka lipstick, nini. Like it was that bad. Like the slightest opportunity I would get, I would go through his phone, I'll go through his everything in the house, smell his boxers. Man, it was that bad. And then that reminds me, there was a time this guy alikuwaga na rafiki walikuwa wanaongea naye sana sana Facebook, na kwa comments wanaongea nikawa watu wanajuana sana mabeshte. So I remember one time I actually made a conversation. I faked a whole conversation of this chick insulting me. It was a text messages, and I made up a whole conversation, and I confronted him with this conversation. And then now later he comes to find out that, by the way, that conversation was a fake one. Like it was just really embarrassing for me. And there are things that just change how people look at you, how people, how much they give into you, because they're like, you don't even trust me. So I feel like my trust issues actually messed up some of my past relationships. Like I was just too insecure with who I am letting around me. And I was always looking for who is going to hurt me. I remember there was a time I couldn't even get into a relationship if I noticed this person is coming too close, like close enough that I can get hurt. I break up. Like I do not have a reason, but no, there's a limit, Just go away. It was that bad. So I think this is something, especially women, I'll speak for women because I am a woman. I think we really struggle with trust issues, you know. And looking at myself today, I think I have made tremendous, the word has gone away. I have made guys steps away from that issue. So I think I've made tremendous improvement. That is the one. Tremendous improvement. So I was just evaluating myself on how far I have come, and let me tell you the truth. You know, the ways of dealing with trust issues is not to go and find a trustworthy man, and it's not just to go, it's easily said than done. The way people just say, you know, just trust him, you just need to trust him. Like, no. Trust who? Like, we I have been traumatized by life. I do not give anyone a clean slate, you know, because man, life has done us shit. So it is easily said and done. One thing, it is okay to be like, okay, I struggle with trusting people, I struggle with trusting men, and it is okay, especially when it comes to romantic relationships, intimate relationships. It is okay to say, I struggle with trusting people, because one, that is where it begins, and then it doesn't make you a bad person, doesn't make you less of a person. You've lived long enough, and you've been scarred by life. It is okay to say that, no, I struggle with this thing. It is okay. Trusting, dealing with trust issues, one, and this is the only way that I've found that it works, is trusting yourself, and trusting your instincts, knowing that if anything, if somebody is going to be untrustworthy to me, then my instincts, I'm going to see it. My instincts are going to tell me that this person is giving me wrong signals. And then when it comes to that, when we reach that point, then I'll be able to see it, I'll be able to take note of it, I'll be able to evaluate it, and then I'll be able to make a decision from there. Like, when you trust yourself, the problem with not trusting yourself, like having trust issues, hata ukiona red flags, will be like, maybe ni vile I have trust issues, maybe it's just my imagination coming to nini, maybe I've not seen it right, and you see red flags, you continue seeing them, but you continue making excuses for yourself, like, maybe it's just me being dramatic, maybe it's just me, maybe hii ni vile nakuaga na trust issues. Unajua nakuaga na trust issues, so hata kichat na mtu naonaga ni kama, but when you trust yourself, when you see a signal like that, you will be able to take note of it, evaluate it, and make a decision from there. But do not etinyima yourself. Do not become hyper vigilant, who you let around me. It's like you're always looking for who is going to hurt me, no, go away, you're going to hurt me, you become really hyper vigilant. And then something about trusting yourself, I always say, when you trust yourself, when you trust your instinct, you begin to attract trustworthy people. Like me, I have something, I think, always, what is in you always attracts. I don't know, it's like putting that positive energy out there to the universe, and it always brings back to you positive energy. So when you trust yourself, okay, when I am entering into these relationships, my eyes are open. If there's something that is going to be wrong, my instincts are going to tell me, and I'll be able to evaluate it and make a decision from there. Like being just sober about it. Because every time kitu itakuwa happen, unasema, maybe it's just me not seeing it clearly because I have trust issues. Maybe, and you're always making decisions. You're always making excuses for whatever. So do not deny yourself love. If they show signs, you make excuses for yourself. You trust yourself, you trust your instincts, and give yourself a chance to love, because life is messy, life is messy. Give yourself a chance and to trust yourself and trust your instincts. Maybe if there is something I trust, it is my instincts. Okay, if something happens and I'm like, no, something tells me, especially women, we have those strong instincts. Like maybe even something that I have found out, instinct zangu zimeniambia no, something is not right. Something is not right. It's not like I was going snooping and searching, because something else with trust issues, you always misunderstand things. Okay, I remember I have a friend that actually got into a confrontation with the boyfriend's mother. Akifikiria it's the boyfriend's side chick, but if she had given herself time and evaluated the situation and not just like outbusted, maybe it would have been better. So when you have trust issues, it really gets messy and messes up your relationships and things. But if you trust yourself, if you trust your own instincts, if your instincts tells you this thing is not right, you make a decision from there. Okay, if you decide to walk away, you decide to begin taking steps backwards, pole 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 pole, it becomes easier. Yeah, I think that is all I have to say. Again, always make sure you put out positive energy, because whatever you put out to the universe, it comes back to you. So if you trust yourself, you're always going to attract trustworthy people. Make sense? Maybe it does make sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. Till next time.